Be honest. Would you follow a person who didn't have a degree and really no formal education, who was always causing issues at church, confronting your pastor and your church leaders, and who broke the law multiple times? Hey, I'm Pastor Nicole. Welcome to our midweek moment. This week we are talking about courageous leadership. And if you said no to any of those questions that I asked earlier, you said no to following Jesus. Here's the truth about leadership. Sometimes God calls people who don't look great on paper, right? We can see that all throughout the history of the Bible. God called people who had murdered, and people who were uneducated, and people who didn't seem qualified in the least. But that didn't really matter to God. What God was looking for was a willing heart. And so if you find yourself thinking like, I can't lead, I don't know how to lead, I don't have the qualifications to lead, guess what? That doesn't matter. What matters is, do you have a heart that is willing to follow where God is asking you to step up? And sometimes that can be really scary and can be really overwhelming. But what we know is that God uses ordinary, everyday people to make a difference in the world. And that's who we are, and that's what we are called to do. And so when things in life are hard and systems are broken and injustice is happening and oppression is happening, it is our job to listen to how God is leading us to step up and make a difference. And so there's lots of ways that we can do that we can use our influence, that we can lead courageously going forward. But I will tell you that it's got to look like how Jesus led, right? So it means taking care of the poor and the hungry and the sick. It means looking out for the widow and the orphaned. It means welcoming the stranger, the foreigner. It means being there for those nobody else is there for. And that's what we are called as Christians to do, to look out for the least and the lost, and to welcome them with open arms, and to let them know that they have a place at the table. When we find that people are excluding others from the table, that's when we have to step in and lead courageously and say, actually, everybody has a space at God's table. And so this is where, as a church, as individuals in the church, we can use our voice to say, all are welcome here. All are welcome, all are loved, all are cherished here. And we can make space and make room. So as we go about our week, I hope that you will think about ways that you can lead courageously. Maybe it's calling your members of Congress to let them know that you want the poor to be fed, because it's important that they have the resources that they need, or that healthcare is something that everybody needs, not just the wealthy. Maybe it's that you want to volunteer locally to help somebody, a marginalized person in your community, feel welcomed and loved. Maybe it's something else entirely, but God is asking you to lead, and to lead courageously. So find a way to do that this week, and get back to me. Let me know, how are you leading courageously?